to eat, to take care of our households, but it's also to be a blessing in our communities, to those who are in need, and just overall, you know what it's meant for, Lord. You gave it to us. So, but we thank you, and we thank you for this opportunity again, and we ask that you bless any offerings that we have this day and any other day. Bless our income, Lord, that is multiplied 100-fold, even before we invest. Lord, send our finances, loose them, and set them free so that we can flow freely in how we operate in our daily lives, so that we don't have to live paycheck to paycheck, that we don't have to worry about our finances, because we know that you are a God of prosperity, and we know that you told us to be fruitful and multiply, and that was even in our dollars. I'm going to believe that one. So, Lord, I give you praise, honor, and glory today and evermore. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. All right. So today we're going to discuss some things about market trends. We're going to discuss some things about market trends. And the reason I want to discuss this is because as you continue to grow, get closer to the mic. But as you continue to grow in your knowledge of investing, you're going to look at market trends, because there are certain things that there's going to be certain things that you invest in, and trends help you see which way certain sectors are going, certain industries. And I pulled this over here, and I'm pretty sure this is probably Wikipedia. But a market trend is a perceived tendency of financial markets to move in a particular direction. So, and this is over time. So when you hear people talking about market trends, when you're listening to financial news, and they talk about market trends, they're talking about how the stock market is going. Is it going up or down, sideways, whatever? So when you're thinking of investing in certain stocks or in certain industries, you want to look at those trends. You don't want to just make a haphazard guess, because how we let our daughter choose her stocks, for instance. When Morgan chose her stocks at 9, it was based on things that she liked, but it was thankfully we knew that those were great companies that she invested in, except for EA. EA was the only thing that dragged her portfolio down, so we eventually sold it. But she chose, her original choice was EA, Microsoft, Starbucks, and Nike.
What's EA?
EA was entertainment. What is it? What is it? Oh, Electronic Arts, yes. And she chose that because she liked Minecraft, I think it was. Sim City, yes. So that's how she chose. See, I don't even know. Maybe that's why it didn't do so well. But those were one of the stocks that she chose. And because it dragged her portfolio down, we ended up selling it. I don't know what EA is doing right now. It doesn't matter. She sold, so we can't live in the past. If it went up, fine. It has nothing to do with us. But looking at the trends of how technology is growing, and even looking at the trends of the medical industry, with everyone trying to come out with a vaccine and beat everyone to market, they're trying to take up market share. But like in my own mind, my thinking is that yes, the medical industry could be having a boom right now because of this. I mean, the stock market, as far as medical industry is concerned, could be having a boom because everyone is trying to get that vaccine out. But also there's all these extra medical costs of people who are being hospitalized, people are dying, and all of these different things. So all of that stuff is there. But then what's going to happen when the vaccine is no longer needed? So what's going to happen to the industry then? And so you might decide that you're going to ride it out and you're going to go with those trends, but as soon as you see it start to drop, you sell off all that stock that you had in whatever field you chose. So, but like I said, you still need to look at the trends. Like, let's see, what are the current market trends? Artificial intelligence, okay? So AI is one of the things that a lot of people are into now. I personally don't like it. I saw iRobot. I'm not about artificial intelligence. That's just my thing. Programmatic advertising. I don't know what that is, but evidently that's something that's in the trending phase now. Chatbots. Chatbots are those, you know, when you go on a website and you see those little things down in the corner and say, "Oh, did you have any questions? Can I help you today?"
Yeah.
That is a chatbot. There are people that are now, there's industries now that are creating those where it's part of the stock market. So chatbots are a really big thing. They're also probably tied into the whole AI of it all. So there's something that you may want to look at. Conversational marketing, we'll look that up. Personalization. Okay, what are you personalizing? And like I said, let me go ahead and open this up. Because they're talking about 42 digital marketing trends you can't ignore in 2021. Okay, artificial intelligence. I agree. I don't like it, but that's the way the market is going. So artificial intelligence, I don't know if this is an ad or whatever. Yeah. So artificial intelligence is something that's coming. And like y'all know my one beat drum, we're investing for our children. So our kids will be around for artificial intelligence. So if we bought it now, imagine how well off they would be later on. You like artificial intelligence, AJ? I do. I should have known. So according to a magazine, TechRabite, artificial intelligence is the biggest commercial opportunity for companies. Industries and nations over the next few decades will increase global GDP by up to 14% between now and 2030, which means that AI latecomers will find themselves at a serious competitive disadvantage within the next several years. So now's the time to get in on AI. So you would have to do some research on which companies are doing AI, because it could be that you want to be strategic in who you choose, because just like the whole tech bubble when everything started coming out, and remember when that whole thing burst and all these companies lost millions and millions of dollars? So even though AI is a big thing, you have to make sure that you're looking at companies that have been doing AI long before it started to get popular. They've been around and they've been hanging on. Okay? They even give you a graphic down here. Why are you interested in AI? AI will allow us to obtain or sustain a competitive advantage, move into new businesses. They're enter our market now. Incumbent competitors will use AI. So there are all these different things why they say organizations for adopting AI. So that means, like I told y'all, Alexa was listening. Alexa was gonna, I don't even like when Alexa tells me to have a great day. I'm like, Steve, we don't know each other like that.
I don't even have one.
And that's my thing. But we get so used to this technology, and we bring it into our homes, and it just constantly moves that line, and we keep crossing it. Because like I said, I personally don't, I asked her about the weather and to save a date for me, but she always talking about, it's Thursday, it's gonna rain. Have a nice day. Yeah, you don't get to tell me to have a nice day. But there are all these different things. All of this stuff is just on artificial intelligence. So like I said, when you're looking up stuff and you, what?
Sorry, Pastor Ishmael is watching.
Oh, okay. So when you're looking at different things that you want to invest in and you're looking to grow your portfolio, these are things that you're going to look at. And see, and they're saying that there's 42 different industries that you can get into, and they're still talking about one. So this shows you how much in-depth information you can find on the industries that you want to get into. So when you just think about, okay, what am I going to invest in? It should take a lot more than just something that you like. Like I said, my daughter chose. But she chose companies that I knew were going to be around. She didn't just choose my willy-nilly. We made sure that we had some say-so in that also. But 60% of companies will be using artificial intelligence for driving digital revenue. So, huh? Yeah, and AJ and I were talking about transportation last week, so that's another industry that's moving forward. But see, like looking at this right now, looking at this on via the internet is one thing. But one of the things that AJ and I were talking about last week, that a lot of people don't pay attention to their surroundings. Because when Morgan bought her next chunk of Starbucks shares before they hit over $100, there were 4 Starbucks going up in our area. Yeah. And that's just in our area. So imagine how many others were going up in big cities and so forth. That is a sign to you that, you know what, Starbucks is still growing. It is not going anywhere. They're still
talking about it going out, though, in 2021. I read an article earlier. They said something about it going out.
Okay, what do you mean going out? Starbucks was going away?
Yeah, like Red Lobster and what's that other?
Are you talking about in our area or worldwide?
Worldwide.
Really? Let's see.
And Red Robin, Red Lobster, they talked about restaurants that will be going down this year.
Okay, going down or shutting down?
They said shutting down.
Really? Okay. Let's see. Because I know Morgan Starbucks is still going up.
Well, that's good.
But if she needs to sell it off, oh, Red Robin means nothing to me. And see, I haven't personally, yeah, I haven't kept up with the financial news this week. So, but
And that was just an article that came across my news on my
okay.
phone.
Starbucks will close access to cafes and reduce service to drive-through and delivery only for 2 weeks in the U.S. Okay. Okay, and then down here, Starbucks will close another 100 U.S. locations. Okay, Starbucks closing,
400 stores.
but this was in June of 2020.
20, yeah.
Okay, so this one up here, like I said, this is closing for 2 weeks. And then, like I said, so you're looking at your area, and then you see this saying that 100 locations are closing. But where are those 100 locations? They could be rural.
2022.
Yeah, and it's in 2020. So a lot of these, when you're looking at stuff, you have to make sure that, look at this one. Starbucks could be one of the 800 closing for good. So that was in October. Is that the one you were talking about?
I don't know.
Okay.
It just came across my phone, so I didn't pay much attention to the dates on it.
So it, like I said, this says your Starbucks, and this was in October 2020. Your Starbucks could be one of 800 closing for good, not all of them. So, like I said, it just really depends on where you're looking. But the other thing, like I said, AJ and I were talking about transportation, and so just in our area, and you guys know we live in a small city, Target has put in all of those charging stations for, yes. So that's telling you that the auto industry, as far as having hybrid cars, not necessarily hybrid cars, but electric cars, are going to be a big thing. And if you're a business person, that should tell you, like if depending on who your target market is, because I'm thinking about that too, depending on who your target market is, if you're targeting people who have electric cars that shop at Target, you know that, I mean, you can kind of put those two things together to figure out what you're going to do. So,
My son's very excited about that.
what, the electric cars?
Electric cars. Yeah, the Teslas.
Yeah, and
He's really excited about that.
okay, let's see. I can't even say it right. Programmatic advertising means using AI to automate ad buying so you can target more specific audience. Okay, see, another AI thing. So they're just saying that, you know what, we're going to automate these commercials to collect data based on your IP address to figure out who to target with your stuff. Go away. And it's real-time bidding, for example, is a type of, somebody look up this word and see how to pronounce it so I can pronounce it correctly. It's programmatic.
Programmatic.
Okay.
Programmatic.
Everybody, this automation is much more efficient and fast, which means higher conversions and lower customer acquisition costs. So when people are looking to acquire your business, they're telling them that based on this IA technology, that they're going to be able to target you more efficiently, and it's not going to cost them nearly as much to convert you to buy. But if you're old like me, it's like my buying ways are set, and I'm not buying too much more, so that's probably why AI is not going to work on me. It's changing the face of digital advertising, and I know we don't have them here, but like in California, depending on what time of day it is, there was certain digital signs that the message would change depending on the time of day because you're targeting different people. So all of this, so like I said, but it all ties back to AI. So should we be investing in AI companies? That's the thing. So most search-driven manual advertising campaigns, even those performed with professional tools, take into account three or four targets: the keyword, time of day, and location. So they're looking for the keywords you're searching for, what time you're searching for it, and where are you when you do your search. See, they're all up in your business. That's why I don't talk to Alexa. So such tools like this demand-side platforms can use hundreds of targeting signals to individualize the advertisement and even target according to lifestyle or behavior habits when integrated with customer platforms. So like I said, I'm reading all of this, but it's just showing you that technology is not going away. So it's still something worth investing in, but you need to find out where's the next not tech bubble, but where the next best place to invest in technology. So you guys should be looking at AI. And there was one new stock that I just recently bought, ARKQ, and I think Neil, huh? Yes. You bought that one too, AJ?
Yep.
Okay, what do you think about it?
It went down short term, but I think it's a good investment.
Yes. And so let me see. ARKQ, that's the ticker symbol. Yeah.
I'll leave it to you, little girl.
Yeah, and I'm pulling it up so you guys can see. Okay. So this is what it was. It was at 101, and it dropped down to 98.68. But actually, I bought it when it was below 100, so this doesn't really hurt my feelings at all. Okay?
So right now it's at 98.68 a share.
Yes, it's at 98.68 a share.
Same with the LITs, the Global X lithium and battery.
The one we were talking about Sunday? Okay. But their 52-week high, they hit their 52-week high when they hit the 101.11. So that was just probably, that was today. So they shot up and then they shot back down. So they're right like within $2 of their 52-week high. So it's not that big of a hurt. But this, like I say, this is just one day. This is 5 days. Okay? So this is a technology stock, and like the other one I told you was ARKK.
ARKQ.
Yeah, the one we just looked at was Q. This one is K.
Innovation.
Yes. Okay, this is the one my husband has. Let's look at 5 days. Okay, so it went down $1.46 a share. But based on what this stock is doing, and based on the dividends that it's paying, because I believe this is a dividend, is this one a dividend paying stock? I haven't had it that long, so I don't know. It doesn't look like it has a dividend yield. But based on, if we bought it right here, we're still doing good. It hit a peak of 159.11 over here. And then right now it's down to 155. But like I said, the overall thing is that this stock, the reason, was it this one? No, I just bought another one. The reason I bought this, like I said, this is a tech stock, and I will continue to watch it. But you can't, well, you can, because my husband does it all the time. I'm not one for jumping in and jumping out right away. I believe that this stock is going to do great things, and so I will hang on to it. My husband, if it don't do what he wants in about a month, he'll probably drop it. So it's just a matter of how you want to do it.
Like you're saying, if you go to like 6 months or a year, you
Yeah.
can see that it's going up.
Yeah, here it is. This is year to date. Okay, so it is continuously going up, because the low part down here earlier in the year was 124. So, like I said, you can't just look at the one-day picture and make a decision. The one that I just bought, I can't think of what it is. I'll think of it later. The one that I just bought, it is, if you guys have heard of Clubhouse. Have you heard of Clubhouse, AJ? Okay, Clubhouse is a new social media platform. Yes, and it is blowing up. And I found out about the company that is hosting that platform. I forgot what it is. And like I said, I just bought it today. And I will tell you guys what it is in just a second. It's for old people, but you had your butt on there all day.
Yeah, because they talk about anime.
Yeah. API. And I just, like I said, I just bought, I think I bought $1,000 or something like that on this one. API. Let's see. I can't remember what here it is. Okay. And this one, let's see, let's look at the last month. This is what is done in just 30 days. And so this particular stock, like I say, they're the ones that support, it's called Agora. And because Clubhouse was valued, Clubhouse currently has no monetized value whatsoever. There's nothing you can do on there except talk to other people. But the company is still valued at $1 billion. So imagine what this company is going to do when they finally have a value, when they're able to monetize it.
Right.
So that's what I'm looking for with this one. Okay? But like I say, you're looking at various market trends and you're keeping up with, is this the one we're looking at? No, that was Starbucks. But you're looking at various market trends and everything, like I say, everything is based around AI. Even I'm sure Clubhouse is based around that. So when you go and you start looking at different things, when you start looking at market trends, and there's trends that you know that you're comfortable with, or industries that you know that you're familiar with, those are things that you keep up with. Even looking at something as simple as fast food trends.
McDonald's.
Yeah. What are fast food markets doing right now? Are they all operating the same? Who's outpacing who? So if you know that you're going to keep buying your kids Happy Meals, why don't you invest in some McDonald's, because you know they already got your money. And so forth. All right, we were talking about chatbots. Chatbots will continue to be an important part of digital marketing in 2021. This AI-based technology uses instant messaging. And like I said, you can do something on your phone, even on Facebook. If you guys ever go into a Facebook group or go to a Facebook page, down in the corner sometimes those automatic questions will pop up. That's a bot. It's just an automatic thing that comes up that automatically answers questions. And so that is, again, something that's AI-based. 80% of businesses want chatbots by 2020. So this is a little older article. So this is a trend. And this is something that you should keep your eye on if you plan to invest in something like that. Yeah, and they're just telling you about all the ones that have it. Conversational marketing, still the same thing. With all that talk about chatbots, the reality of modern marketing becomes clear. It's more conversational. People want it that way, and so brands are reacting. When consumers have a question, 82% want an immediate response. So there goes the chatbot again. So it's called conversational marketing now. So you don't want to wait for somebody to answer the phone. You don't want to, when you see the chat now, when you're on certain sites, it says chat now, and you put in it's conversational. I still think it's a bot, but that's just me. So they're giving you an example right here, just a text message. I want to go on vacation. Fine, let's do it. Well, who's going? Just me. And they're probably talking to some travel agent's bot. All right? Huh?
I'm just amazed at the people watching. That never tuned in before.
Wow. Let's talk about personalization. If you want to stand out in 2021, you need to personalize your marketing, and that means personalized content, products, and emails. 63% of consumers are highly annoyed with generic advertising blast. 80% say they are more likely to do business with a company if it offers personalized experiences. So if you know a company that offers personalized, that is a publicly traded company, maybe that's something you want to look into. Who do you know that offers personalized service? Is Harry and David's publicly traded? I don't know. Oh, that's okay. I don't know. I know Harry and David is a really big company, so it's,
Harry and David are Jackson.
yeah, because I know they did buy 1-800-Flowers. Harry
Flowers and kids under that.
and David.
Yeah, because when I was working there a couple years ago,
Stop.
they partnered in with the.
Yeah, because anytime you, let's see. No, they're under Harry and David. Yeah. Okay, so they can be a personalized service, the way they do their baskets and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So if
It says, is Harry and David a
I went to the Market Watch. But here's Harry and David.
Their shares are at 142.
Yep, and their 52-week low was 117. So,
That's not bad.
yeah. So in a year, you could have made, what, $30 a share? A little less than $30 a share? So, hold on, let's go to our Yahoo Finance page. It looks better than this, and we can see. See what Harry and Davis has been doing. And see, we have kind of not necessarily inside knowledge, but because we're living in a place where Harry and David is, we are a little better informed because there could be something in local news that never hits national news. So let's go over here. It was HARR, correct?
Yes.
All right.
Harvey Harlow.
You got a question, Pastor? You getting the
No,
microphone?
Margaret asked where the audience mic was.
Oh, okay. She wants you to hold up the phone so you can ask a question? Okay. All right, you do that while my slow iPad pulls this up. Maybe if I close some of this other stuff I got open.
Number 3, I think is what it is.
Morgan, shut up. Got my Facebook on. Good Lord, how much did I have hiding over here? Woo. I do the same thing at home. I have 50 million windows open. Okay, so we're on, let's see, HARR. Let's look at, that is not what it was.
Check,
I don't
check,
know.
check,
$9.37
check.
a shot.
Yeah, sure. There's. Oh, you want to see who that is? Let's see. So you can afford that one, huh? Yeah. All right. So this is Harrow Health. So this looks like a health.
37 cents.
Yes. And let's see. Their previous close was 912. They opened at 909. Their bid is 935. Their ask is 939. The days range went from 908 to 950. But yeah. Wow. So in a year, they went from $3 a share up to $11 a share. That could have been a nice chunk of change, huh? All right. They have a low volume. Earning dates are March 11th to March 15th. They do not pay dividends. Like I say, my thing is I choose dividend-paying stocks because I want some income. But if you're looking for growth stocks, is this a pharmaceutical company?
Must be.
Yeah. No, simple. Yeah. Wow, look at this. Their share price is up 456%, and shareholders are delighted.
They are.
And see, and I know someone was talking about, and I know we never discussed it, but there are also penny stocks out there. And because someone was, they bought stocks that was at 0.001 something percent, and now it's at, now mind, that's 2 zeros after the decimal point, but now it's 0.013 or something like that. So he actually made a nice piece of money on that. Let's see. So don't think that you can't make any money off of. Why are you giving me Javier David? I'm like, get out of here. Where's Harry and David? It's not coming up.
What did you put it under?
I thought I put HR. It was HARR, correct? When we saw it on the other side?
Harry and David, yeah.
But see, it's not coming up over here.
Put it under the flower one, that 1-800-Flowers, right? Something
Okay.
like that.
Yeah.
Let's try it.
Or Jackson and Perkins, because that's what they were.
Really?
Yeah, they were called.
Okay. So here is, they have two. Let's look at this one.
1-800-Flowers is definitely on there. It's even on staff.
Yeah, here it is right here. But look, their growth is very stagnant. Well, this is all day today. Let's look at, Harry and David is going down. Wow. Yeah, I'm going down. Yes, stop it.
1 year is pretty.
But even at that, Harry and David, looking at this, Harry and David, I would not invest in Harry and David. And again, they don't pay dividends, so I would not invest in Harry and David. They hit their peak a while ago. Let's see what they've gone up a little with, based on year to date, because, let's see. What is it? Wow. Yeah, 27. Looks like at the beginning of the year they were down to, actually they were a little lower than that. Stop moving. Yeah, 26.90. And the highest they've gotten is 31.30. If you were going to get this, probably would have been the best time to sell, would have been somewhere up in here. I would have dropped it then. But like I said, but that's only if you knew. The market is unpredictable, so you don't know these things. And this is 1-800-Flowers. How many of you guys know people who actually still buy flowers? Do you even buy flowers anymore? Do you get flowers anymore?
Used to.
No, just kidding.
I told them I don't want flowers.
No, I get it, because I was shocked when Neil bought me flowers for my wedding. So, but we're looking at, and like I say, we live here where 800-Flowers and Harry and David and all that stuff is, and I know I went in there and it was like, oh, they were happy to see me, and I was just going to get popcorn. She's like, maybe next time you can come in when you're buying more. I only come for the popcorn. So yeah, but like I say, who else? There used to be because 1-800-Flowers bought Conroy's as well. Did they have Conroy's out here?
No.
Okay. But anyway, but there is more to 1-800-Flowers than just flowers. But whatever industry they're in, they are not doing well. And it doesn't look like it's just because of the pandemic to me.
Yeah, we have to look at stuff that are going up in our area now, like Chick-fil-A and Five Guys.
Yes.
And Jersey Mike's.
Okay, you want to see? Let's see.
All of those are going up. in
Jersey
our
Mike's.
town.
Yes. Because they're putting up another.
Five Guys is going up again over by Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
And they just put in, what is it?
Doesn't look like.
Jamba Juice?
Jamba Juice, yeah.
Jamba Juice, yeah.
We have to find out who owns these, because it doesn't look like they're coming up. Let me see. I looked up Jersey Mike's. Let me see. Five
I can't remember
Guys.
his name. I know I've seen him on TV, but I can't remember his name.
See, it doesn't. I don't think they're publicly traded.
Okay.
Or the young brands maybe, not that they are, but like Pizza Hut and Taco Bell.
Those are, like I said, I forget who they're under.
Young brands,
Oh yeah, because I did. I used to own. Yes, I used to own Yum Brands. Yes. Let's see what Yum is doing. Dang, I should have kept my Yum. Because I don't think it was this high when I had it. Oh, but no, they're still not at their peak because they dropped down. Where are they? They're at 106. That was their low, and they're just now, and they looks like they're just above.
I think I'll only
Yeah.
buy them when they buy it for me with the stash back.
Yeah, yeah. So Yum Brands is, like you said, it's Pizza Hut and it's all those different ones. Wow. So in a month, this is the volatility of Yum.
Wow.
But this is 6 months. And this is a year. See, to me, let's see. It only pays 1.9% dividend yield. Not very good. But the fact that they pay that kind of offsets the fact that they don't do much growth.
Gotcha.
So, like I said, so the thing that we were talking about, like I said, we were talking about not yields, we were talking about tracking trends. So, like you said, we're seeing all of these places go up, all of these different fast food places go up. And I think what I don't know who actually owns those companies because they're not called by the brands that they are when they're, Yeah, because like I say, this is Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, and all this. That's who owns, Yum owns all of those.
Oh, okay.
So we have to figure out who owns Five Guys, who owns, what's the other one, Jersey Mike's, Chick-fil-A.
Mike's.
I thought Chick-fil-A. Let's see. No matching results. So, did I spell it correctly? Yeah, so, like I said, I'll try and find out the different ones, if those are publicly traded for next week. But, what you guys can do, if you're going to track something, if you want to set your own trends, right here, and this is on Yahoo, and it's on other investment sites as well. It was a sucky market day, no wonder stuff is down. I'm looking at that's all the futures though. But you can put stuff on here to put it on your watch list. And see, I don't partake in marijuana. Yes, I don't partake in marijuana, but I thought about investing in it. But looking at have you guys noticed how saturated the market is with all the different cannabis stores? Cannabis now, yes. But the thing is now like liquor stores. Everybody has one.
Everybody has one. Yeah.
So,
Or 2 or 3 or 4.
and I was reading an article before where it says buying stock in apples will be better than buying stocks in marijuana. Because I forgot, that was a while ago. But it doesn't seem like it is a great buy at this point. I could be wrong, but let's look at this, okay? And this is when, like I say, if you're also a social investor, you might not want to invest in this because you don't believe in smoking weed and all of that kind of stuff. I'm sorry, my dad smoked weed from as long as I can remember to the time he died. It's just always been a part of my life. I just never smoked it myself. But this is the cannabis stock right here, ACB, Aurora Cannabis. This is not too bad. So the day was, what was the day's low? So the day's low was 1248, but it opened at 13 and it dropped down to 1248, so I don't like that. I know this is not a yield because cannabis stocks are very, very new. I doubt if it has 5 years worth of data. Yeah, so, okay. So see that big peak in there when everybody was buying?
Yeah.
And how it's dropped off in the time since. So like I say, cannabis is no better than anything else. It has gone the way of the liquor store. It's just like when you live in LA, you know there's a junior liquor on every corner. And when we living here, let me see, how many weed stores can we count around us?
Oh my gosh. There are
Think
so
about it.
many.
Mr. Nice Guy, Farm to Table, La Mota, Wicked Flower Shop.
Yeah.
All of this is cannabis. And so looking at this, it just shows you that it looks like they hit their peak in here, but now everything is down here. What is this? This is $14 a share. Let's see. And it was as high as $115 a share. Can you imagine people that didn't get out at the time? So you go from $115 down to $14? That would make me cry.
Yeah.
And so that's why I said I never thought it was going to make a big comeback. Let's look at this, the Supreme Cannabis. And like I said, if y'all smoke weed and you have a better 35 cents a share.
Holy cow.
This stock has never done well. That's a year. Hold on. This is 5 years. Oh, hold on. I hit one thing too many. Go back. But this is a 5-year period. This stock never did well. And so I'm just showing you, for all y'all weed smokers out there, you're probably making more money smoking weed than buying marijuana stock. You get a better high. Because you're not making no money on this stock. Oh my goodness. Oh gosh. But like I said, this is also another trend you can follow. You can follow the cannabis trend and see where it's going. You can see who's investing in it, what companies are are publicly traded with it and just kind of go from there. But like I said, personally, I don't see weed being that great a thing. It's something you smoke. It's not something you put on the stock market. I'm just my own personal thing. All right. All right. Are there any other questions about trending or anything? Pastor, you over there calculating real hard. What you got going on? Is there anything, huh?
Yeah, I'm trying to get this stash thing.
Okay, you still trying to get your stash together? We can get it together after this. And, huh? As you guys can see, based on here, up here, like crude oil was down, gold was down. If you,
It looks like everything was down.
everything was down today. It was just this kind of sucky market day.
It was all down. NASDAQ, S&P, Dow. It looks like.
Now tell me this, Ms. Denise, had we not started this, would you even know to look at that kind of stuff?
I would not have had a clue.
But it feels a little better that you can look at it and know what's going on now, huh? Yes, yes. I don't really mess around with futures. I did tell you guys last week I want to start studying options. AJ, are you interested in options?
I don't know what they are, but sure.
I don't know what they are, but sure.
Okay, let's see. We're going to look up and I know some people here are interested in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency.
Those are spendy. Hooey.
Huh?
Bitcoin is like crazy.
Yeah, it's, you know what? Okay, a stock option is the right to buy a specific number of shares of a company stock at a preset price, known as the exercise or strike price, for a fixed period of time, usually following a predetermined way. See, that's just way too much. And that is a really long sentence. It's like, can you just tell me, can you break that down into 3 sentences? Okay, so a stock option is the right to buy a specific number of shares of a company stock at a preset price. That I got. Everybody cool with that? Okay, so you can buy it at a preset price. And that price, that time is known as the exercise or strike price. And you can only do that for a fixed period of time. Usually following a predetermined waiting period called the vesting period. Most vesting periods follow 3 to 5 years. Good night. See, yeah, so maybe we don't want to do stock options. That's just too much reading.
I don't even understand half of it.
No, I get it, but it's like it's making my head hurt. It's making my head hurt. I do not know cryptocurrency. I do know, because I thought Bitcoin was going to go the way of the dodo as well. But do you guys know that there's a Bitcoin machine actually in the mall?
What?
Did you guys know that? Yes. When you come in that entrance by the food court,
Yeah.
there's a Bitcoin machine right there.
Wow.
Yes. So Bitcoin, I don't think is going away. And I know there are people that have like millions of dollars in Bitcoin. So it is a thing, and maybe it's worth looking into. Look, one Bitcoin is worth $49,872,000.
Holy cow.
One Bitcoin.
So you buy that, you pay that money out of a machine to get a Bitcoin?
I don't know. I just saw the machine, so I don't know what it is. But yeah.
Holy cow.
And Bitcoin is continuously going up. Look at this right here. It was like when it hit this low right here, it was 30,854. And like I said, right now it's at 49. So maybe we should look into investing in Bitcoin.
My goodness.
AJ, do you own any Bitcoin?
Through one of the ARC ETFs, they have Bitcoin.
Okay. So you got it through a fund. All right, so is Bitcoin a good investment? It is an incredibly risky investment that may or may not pay off, so it is probably not the best fit for most people. But if you're eager to invest in the cryptocurrency, it's important to do it safely. So make sure you have a diversified portfolio. And so in other words, it's pretty much like anything else in the stock market. You just don't invest what you can't afford to lose.
Wow.
Bless you. Okay. And right here, let's look at this. What will Bitcoin be worth in 2030? The crypto research report has predicted Bitcoin will be worth $397,000 in 2030. A major Tesla investor has predicted that Bitcoin could be worth more than $1 trillion in under 10 years.
Wow.
ARKW has their top two are Tesla and Grayscale Bitcoin.
Okay, AJ is saying ARKW, ARKW. Let's go ahead and look that one up. There's a lot. I think there's like 10 of them. Let's pull up ARKW, RKW. All right, so right now they had a crappy day as well. Well, not bad. They only went down 0.04. But next generation internet ETF. So let's see. So it's not bad. I wonder what happened on during this time in February that gave it such a bump. Maybe that was when the news came out that they were part of Clubhouse. 3 stocks added to the ARK portfolio. I want to see what are their holdings. I mean, what page am I on? Did I close my? Let me go back to. I hope I'm not making you guys crazy with all this jumping around. You guys okay?
I'm fine.
You're fine? Okay. All right.
Just trying to figure out how to keep this Yahoo on my.
Okay. ARKW, right, AJ?
Yes.
Okay. So I want to know what their holdings are. Oh, here it is. All right. What did you say? So their top 10 holdings, Tesla, they have 10%. Roku, they have 6%. Square, 4.26. Grayscale Bitcoin, 3.72. Teladoc Health, this is a diversified son of a gun. Yeah. Spot.
Website is updated as of 2/16. Today, their holdings are a little bit different than there.
Okay. Spotify, Pure Storage, Tencent Holding, Facebook, Snap. So that's Snapchat. But that's their top 10 holdings. So if any of these companies interest you, you can buy this fund and have at least, you have these 10 stocks plus whatever else is left in the portfolio. And these 10 stocks make up 41% of the total assets within that portfolio. So, like I said, I already have the ARKQ. But let's look at the chart so you guys can see kind of what they're doing. This one is hard, yeah. Don't try to read that one, because I can't even read it. And I'm sitting right here. But you're over there. Okay, this is a much better chart. This is the year-to-date. This is starting in January. So over here, they were, like at the beginning of January, it looks like the lowest they hit was 144.
What's the 135 down below that? What is that?
I think this is just a chart of, let's see,
Answered my own.
that is the full screen. But see, I don't like looking at this chart because then you gotta look at all this stuff over here and it makes me crazy. I like to see it, the solid charts with the green or the red. It makes it just easier for me.
In the updated one, they have API in their portfolio.
They have API in their portfolio? Okay, all right.
In their holdings.
But you can see they've been on a nice incline.
Incline.
Yes.
And
And
that's what?
this is ARKW.
ARKW.
Yes. And like I said, there are quite a few ARK funds, as you can tell, because like I say, I have ARKQ. AJ, that's the one you have as well?
Yep.
And then I know my husband has ARKK, which he loves. So these are, if you look up ARK, you'll see different ones that come up with a different last letter. And let's see. Anything good in the news about this? Doesn't look like they're singled out too much. They do pay, let's see. They do pay a dividend, but if you're looking at it as from a growth standpoint, and just so you guys know, when you buy growth stocks, you're buying for them to grow and then you sell them off. That's how you make your money. Other ones, like I say, the ones that I typically go for are ones that pay dividends. I want to buy and hold and just make continuous money. All right. So if you're going to buy to make money just off of the stock itself, if they're not paying a dividend, then you want to make sure you're buying growth stocks. Don't buy something that's not paying you one way or another. If you see something that just has stagnant growth, it goes up $1, it comes down $1, and doesn't pay any dividends, not worth your time at all. It's not doing anything except just holding steady. So if you're going to invest, make sure you're investing in something that's going to make you some money. And that's why part of diversification when you're young is good to have some growth stock in your portfolio, because if you're buying it when you're 10 years old and you're buying it at $20 and it's not paying a dividend, but say when you're 30, you let it sit there for 20 years and you continuously bought during that time, it went from $10 to $100. Why wouldn't you? Okay. So like I say, depending on what you're doing and who you're doing it for, just make sure that you're looking at these things. Look at the trends, look at the market trends, and also look at the charts themselves for the individual stocks or funds that you want to buy. If you're looking for something that's going to give you some growth, and that's part of your diversification, because when you're looking at a diversified portfolio, you're looking across industries. So tech versus transportation versus goods and services and all of those type of things. You're looking across industries, but you're also looking at the trend of the stock itself. You're looking at trends in say, mutual funds versus index funds. What else? Another trend you can look at. You can look at just one specific industry. You also, so if you're diversifying for your children, you want to give them a little bit of everything. You even want to give them some international stock, which a lot of people don't look into. But you can look at different types of, if you watch international news and you keep up with that kind of thing, you can invest in international stocks. You can even buy an ETF that includes that. I think the one on stash is what, AJ, that I got rid of? World Market? Isn't that it? Okay, there's a fund on stash say like on stash, if you're using your stash card to go to the store and you're getting gas. If it's an unknown station, if it's not a publicly traded gas station, it's going to automatically put it in World Fund. I think that's what it's called, Stock World Fund. And that is an international fund. So it has stock from all over the world in it. And that's another way you can diversify your portfolio. So there are all different ways, but you have to get to the one that's most comfortable for you. I'm at an age where I'm not looking for volatility. I don't need no palpitations in the morning when I see a stock has dropped. My daughter can have those. Stock Worldwide, that's what it's called. So if you have stash, and you can actually change it. For those of you who have stash, if you're using your debit card, and you're using it at places that aren't publicly traded. So say like you go to the 7-Eleven is publicly traded, you'll buy 7-Eleven stock. Let's see. Say if you go across the street to the Thai restaurant and you use your stash card, what you'll end up buying is Stock Worldwide. But come to find out, you can actually change that. So if you go somewhere that is not publicly traded on stash, you can change where that money goes so that it buys a consistent thing. Had I known that, like I said, I probably would have kept it, but it was driving me crazy to see all them little $1 here and $1 there, and then, yeah, no. That's just my own personal crazy. But if you wanted to constantly buy Google every time you went somewhere that you weren't buying something, right, you can set that up on stash. Okay? So but if you do not change it, it is automatically going to go into stock worldwide. Got it? Okay. Any questions, concerns, stuff we need to talk about? And like I said, I'm gonna tell you guys about the whole beta thing. Like I said, I'm trying to figure out. I'm probably gonna have to break out my Apple Pen so we can do it, so we can see some stuff. And there's no need for you to do the math. If you guys don't care about doing the math of it all, there's certain things that we don't need to look at. And especially if you don't plan to get totally sophisticated with it, there are just certain aspects of this, like just looking at this, like your P&E ratio. Do you even care? Net assets. Okay, actually, let me look it up for you right now, just so you guys have because it is on here. And this is what it is: price earnings per share, or price earnings ratio, and it's a ratio number. So the price to earnings ratio is defined as ratio for valuing a company that measures its current so and so and so and so. Hold on, let me find the whole thing. Okay, let's just look at this. The average P&E for the S&P 500 has historically ranged from 13 to 15. All right, for example, a company with a current P&E of 25, you know what, that's not going to help you either. Let me find something else, because let's see. Let's go to Investopedia. They usually have some good stuff. I like Investopedia. Go away, advertisement. I'm not talking to you. Okay, the price to earnings ratio is the ratio for valuing a company that measures its current share price relative to its per share earnings. And this is why I say some of this, you kind of need to see it in numbers form for it to make sense, but it's just a percentage type of deal. So depending, like I say, as you get more sophisticated with your investments, P&E may be something that you look at when you're evaluating which companies you're going to invest in. But it's just the price to, yeah. But the current, like I say, valuing company that measures its current share price. So its current share price, like we were looking at some that were $30, to its per share earnings, or as they put on here, earnings per share. Okay, I want to see if they give you an example. Okay, P&E ratio, market value per share over earnings per share. So whatever is earning, whatever the actual market value is divided by the earnings the earnings per share that it is. Okay, so, and like they said, you're looking for a rate of 13 to 15, and if it's above or below that, that can help you make a decision. All right, and like I said, without actually seeing any actual numbers on something that you're already invested in, it's kind of hard to picture that. But just know it is something that can help you when you decide, that's not the one I was looking at, when you decide that you're going to start looking at those type of things. Net assets, like I said, this just means that there's $6.58 billion in assets. Big company. All right. Anything else on here we need to know? Year-to-date daily total return, we already know that, 28%. Seriously? Yeah, I guess so. All right, and inception date. Don't invest in any new stuff. This inception date was 9/30/2014. Give it time to marinate, see if it's going to stick around. I know you may lose out on the beginning because just like, okay, DoorDash. DoorDash will probably be around for a while. Their IPO was really big, but I also know that DoorDash is losing a whole lot of money. Let's see. Okay. Okay, but look at where they were. And so they had a good day. They went up $9 today. I ain't mad at them. See, that's one of those, if you was a day trader, I'd have got in and got out. But let's see. And like I say, I think, I forgot what their IPO date was. Okay. Yeah, they're not even, their inception date, they don't even have it on here. Because they, like I said, they haven't been around for a year. December 9th was their inception. All right. And just in that time, yeah. So their range was, they start out at 135 to 56. So if you had got in during the IPO, you could have made a whole lot of money. But like I said, I also know DoorDash is losing a lot of money. So get in and get out. That would be my thing. Make your money and keep it pushing. Now, once they settle into whatever they're going to do, they haven't even been in their full first year. But this may be something you want to look at, because if DoorDash is going to continue to be around, if Grubhub is going to continue to be around, your grandkids are going to be around, then buy them a piece of it and just hold it. Just buy them a couple of shares, let it do its thing, and just hold it. So, but like I said, this hasn't even been around for a year. Their 1 year target is 171. They've already surpassed that. So, just my thing. I don't like DoorDash that much. I don't care if y'all listening either. No. But if we do not have any other questions, AJ, you got any questions for me? Anything you want me to look at before I shut it down? Huh? All right. Any questions? Any concerns? Any crazy? We all good? All right. So, y'all out there investing, don't be playing with your money the wrong way. I'm just saying. I'm not a tax professional. I am not a financial professional. I just know some stuff. I used to do taxes for H&R Block once upon a time. So y'all don't have to be in my business. But I used to do H&R, just so you guys know, so you know where my background comes from. I actually studied personal finance when I went back to college before I had Morgan. And the reason I started studying personal finance is because I had a lot of family that had a lot of labels on their butts and their purses and their shoes, but they had no money in their pocket. And so I did I was a financial advisor for a couple of years, started my own business as a financial advisor, because I wanted to help people understand that, you know what, you can wear all this stuff, but you still need to be investing in yourself. And because, like I said, a lot of people go out and they invest in their 401ks, but they just like kind of pick something at random because they don't know what else to pick. And 401ks give you very limited options. It's like, okay, it's a balanced fund, it's this fund, and you don't even know how to read, you don't even know how to read the stuff that's on there. Thank you. You don't know how to read the stuff that's on there. And so to get a better understanding in where you're putting your money, you need to know some stuff, at least a little bit more than just, okay, I got a 401k, or I have an IRA. A lot of people have an IRA. Okay, is it better for you to have a Roth IRA or a traditional IRA? Do you even know the difference? If you're an entrepreneur, should you have a SEP IRA? Okay, so there's all those different things. And like I say, people get into those things and they don't fully understand what they're getting into. And y'all know my love-hate relationship with 401ks is that they tell you to work all this time, put all this money in, and then once you retire, go ahead and deplete it all. They don't tell you about leaving any for your children or anything, like just go ahead and deplete it because that's what you set it aside for. It's a bad way of doing anything financial. But yeah, and then the other part was I highly recommend anyone, and I'm pretty sure they already had it because H&R Block is trying to hire people for real. If you ever get the opportunity, take the H&R Block tax class, okay? Because one of the things that really helped me get over my fear of money was knowing how taxes work. And once you understand that you're trying to get as close to zero as possible, it makes a really big difference. when you know what you can and cannot write off, trust me, if I could ever get to the loophole status of Trump and pay $750 in taxes, that's where I want to be. And so forth. Because there are things out there that you don't know. So taking the H&R Block class will definitely help you do that. I took it years ago, and I would probably take it again if I had the patience. And then the other part is that H&R Block will continue to try to hire you every tax season if you need a job during that time. I don't want to work for them. But those are the things that I did, and that is where my journey for understanding investing started from. And why, once Morgan came along, why I made sure that she started early, because like I say, our kids don't know these things. There's very few parents that try to instill investing in their children at a very young age. It's like, oh, well, they got time. No, sweetie, you want to retire at 30. Why don't you you weren't able to do it. Why not set your kids up for it? And so that is my background with money and finances and all that kind of stuff. I don't want to die broke. I don't necessarily want to leave it all to my child so she can go and spend it all willy-nilly, but whatever's left, she can have. That is my thing, because you can't take it with you. That's the whole thing. And people always there's no point in being greedy. It's just a matter, to me, of being comfortable. So I think everyone should be comfortable enough to not have to worry about their finances. So you can have the job you want instead of having to take a job because of whatever reasons you have, because you have too many bills, you have too many whatever. So that is my thing. That is my spiel. If you guys have any questions for next week, we do want to talk about starting an investment group, and we're not talking about an expensive investment group. If the most people can do is $5 a week or $5 a month or whatever, it's still better to do it as a group.
Is AJ doing that?
Yep, AJ's doing that.
Oh, okay. We just moving stuff around.
Pastor's like, what's going on with the screen? But definitely, if you guys have any questions or anything that you want me to cover, my phone's trying to make me lie. If you have any questions that you want me to cover, please make sure that you send them to either post them on the church's website, or post them, send them to the pastor, first lady, AJ, something. If you guys want to, I don't even know my email that I have for you guys, but I did make one up. But anyway, just find a way to reach out so that we can make sure that we're covering those things. And like I said, we are talking about starting an investment group, because sometimes you don't have enough money to make the big chunk investments like you want to, but pulling all that together, if we got 10 people to do $10, that's a $100 investment right there. Instead of everybody trying to do $10 over here and $10 over there. And I am a big believer in contracts, so trust to know you will be signing paperwork that says we all agree to this, we all are on board with this, and even if we have to get an outside accountant to make sure that nobody's doing anything shady, because I don't need to hold nobody's money, trust me. I'm not trying to go there. But if that is something that you guys are interested in, please make sure to let us know, because like I said, I want to see everybody come up. I don't think that anybody should be struggling, especially when you don't have to, and especially when you have people that are willing to support and make that a realization. All right? Is there anything else? Are we all good? Oh, thank you, Lord, for this time. We thank you for this knowledge. We thank you for the things that you have shown us on this evening. Lord, we ask that you, as we move forward in this, that you help us to learn and understand and gain wisdom in the world of finance. I know I don't know everything, but I know enough. But I need you to help me know more so that I can spread what I know. I'm not trying to hold on to it. And also let us come together, and if it is a realization for us to start an investment group, then Lord, you teach us how we should go about this, and make sure that you bless every investment that we make. Lord, you help us pick the stocks. Don't let it be just us. Lord, you let us gain wisdom and understanding, and understand what these companies are doing and what they're worth, and so that we can just make the right decisions. And all this I pray in your holy name. Amen.